Well, people are calling this new trailer for Antman and the Wasp Quantumania epic. And we've got a full recap of some of the biggest moments and the reveals coming from yesterday's trailer. Let's take a couple minutes to dive into the big setup for the Kang Dynasty. Well, you may not know this, but Antman and the Wasp Quantumania is likely to be one of the biggest setup movies so far in the new post-Endgame MCU. We're on the final countdown to the movie, and yesterday we got a new trailer that gave us all kinds of new goodies. So let's dive into the big moments and takeaways from the trailer, talk about what's going on, and maybe theorize a little bit about where this is going. Now, before we do that though, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button and ring that bell for all the updates. We want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we want to make sure it's truthful and transparent so you are really in the know. Well, with Antman and the Wasp Quantumania fastly approaching, we got a new trailer yesterday and got all kinds of really cool new details from this film. Now, all in all, I was completely blown away, and I have to say, this dive into the quantum realm and the Ant-Man family is clearly laying all the pieces for Kang Dynasty, and that's going to take us all the way to Secret Wars. It really appears Marvel has doubled down on this third Ant-Man movie, and I think its importance to the future of the MCU cannot be overstated. Now, in the trailer, there were multiple plot details and things to take away from this movie that might give us an idea of what's going on. First and foremost, it was all those shots of Kang. We are clearly going to get a comic-accurate Kang, and saw him with the full blue face, armored up and kicking butt. This version of the character is finally manifesting after making his first appearance in Loki Season 1, and I have to say, I'm absolutely impressed. In the comics, Kang is typically portrayed with that blue skin, and it looked like we weren't going to get that in live action, but now that we've gotten this trailer and the full-on comic-accurate version of the character, I'm even more excited. Now, along with Kang, we got more looks at Chronopolis, which is Kang the Conqueror's time-spanning stronghold. Now, it's actually located in the outskirts of what's known as Limbo, which is basically a timeless reality where everything exists simultaneously there and in an actual reality. Now, the city basically serves as a nexus point for all the time eras that Kang has managed to conquer, and I really do believe this is the city we saw in the background in that second Ant-Man movie. Given all the pyramids and stuff we saw in that trailer, I think that might be a nod to Rama-Tut, and it's unmistakable that many of those rings absolutely bear a similar resemblance to Shang-Chi's rings from his movie. Remember, Banner told Shang that it was beaconing, calling out to something, and after a lot of speculation, it appears that might actually be Kang. Now, along with Kang, we got quite a few looks at his villainous army, and future fodder for our Avengers. His army appears to be these armored humanoids whose faces are concealed beneath a very Mysterio-like helmet. I don't think this will be the only movie we see these guys in, and I do believe they will be like the Chitauri in the next Avengers movie, basically being those frontline opponents to the upcoming new team of Avengers. Now, along with Kang the Conqueror, we got a couple of looks at MODOK, and it seems one of Marvel Studios' worst-kept secrets is finally being confirmed. Corey Stoll's Darren Cross is indeed MODOK. Now we got two looks at MODOK. One where we could see his face, and one where we couldn't. And I'm really curious how this is going to pan out on screen. He did look a little awkward with the giant head in the one particular scene in the trailer, but MODOK is an awkward villain. And tying it back to that first Ant-Man movie does make a lot of sense. Now, we did have a lot of elements of Ant-Man in this trailer, because it's an Ant-Man movie. But I think the biggest thing to take away from Ant-Man in this movie is that he actually willingly bargains with Kang the Conqueror. It seems like based on the trailer, Ant-Man will make some sort of deal in trade for more time with Cassie, most likely as a little girl. Remember, the guy lost a lot of time to jail, and then once he came back and sort of established his Avenger status, everybody got snapped out of existence and he got trapped in the quantum realm. Now, this could be some sort of redirect in the trailer we're not really understanding properly, but I could see almost any father potentially making a deal with the devil to have more time with their children, so this, as far as a plot detail goes, makes a lot of sense. Now, it's pretty obvious from the trailer, though, that Scott doesn't deliver what Kang wanted, because we do see a showdown between the hero and the main villain of the movie. Now, it appears in this confrontation, Ant-Man is not faring well, and given how powerful and violent Kang is in the comics, this does make a lot of sense. Now, I do think this version of Kang might be depowered a little bit. He's probably trapped in this realm, but I do love the aspect of the story when Scott once again steps up as a hero when he mentions we both just have to lose. Fans have been speculating for a little while that Scott Lang could indeed die in this movie, and this very well could be the tease to exactly that. Now, whether Paul Rudd Scott Lang actually does disappear from the MCU, we're going to have to wait and see. Quite honestly, Scott Lang has died a couple of times in the comics. We could see a new era without Ant-Man, but I have the sneaking suspicion this is a misdirect, and although somebody may die in this movie, I don't think it'll be Scott. Quite honestly, I could totally see Hank Pym making the big sacrifice to save everybody, being a hero once again, allowing Scott Lang to move forward in the MCU, and still going out like a hero. Now we're likely to get some more trailers and clips counting down to the release of the movie. The movie drops in theaters on February the 17th, so we have just over a month to wait, so Marvel is going to put on the full court press over the next couple of weeks. This movie seems like it's going to be something really spectacular and clearly setting up not just Kang Dynasty, but Secret Wars. It looks like some sort of sci-fi extravaganza completely set in this alternate realm, and that's going to be something we really haven't gotten from Marvel Studios in any of their previous movies. I love the idea it's not going to be on Earth very much, and I really look forward to see what adventures we might get into in the quantum realm.